Netflix and Hulu and Prime. Oh my! There's never been a better time to be a TV and film fan. With so many streaming sites, I mean, there are endless amounts of streaming sites coming out every day, by the way.
Yes.
There's so much content. Well, you'll never run out of stuff to watch, but how do you find the good stuff in that sea of content? Well, actually, it's actually a science, if you didn't know that. And this morning, our guest is Anjali Midha. She knows how to do it. She breaks down the science. She is the CEO and co-founder of Diesel Labs. It is so great to see you, Anjali. So good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you as well. Good morning, and thanks so much for having me today.
Of course. Can you tell us about Diesel Labs and the really cool research that you do so we don't have to?
Yes.
Of course. Happy to do that. So Diesel Labs is a media content analytics company, and we seek to understand what audiences care about across the entire modern media landscape. And as you just mentioned, there's more out there to watch today than ever before. We have traditional television, we have our streaming platforms, we have all these amazing video platforms out there. So we try to make sense of that for our partners. In particular, we help some of the largest media companies out there figure out what's going on when audiences actually leave their platforms, because once you leave, they lose track of you. And so that's one of the things we're kind of helping stitch together on behalf of our partners.
This is ingenious, honestly. So you're seeing what people like, what people want to watch. It does save people time. Honestly, people can get into something like, oh, I don't like this. And so this is a great thing you're doing. What do you see happening for the month of May?
So in the month of May, right now, we're monitoring, all of the buzz going on out there about what's coming up. And right now, the most popular pick for the month of May is A Quiet Place 2, which is going to be coming out pretty soon in theaters. That's sort of the number one. It tops our list over here of the most anticipated content for the month of May, followed closely actually by Cruella, which I don't know if you've seen the trailers for.
I have,
but it looks pretty
and I thought it was a
amazing.
joke at first, but it's real.
It's really real, and it looks fantastic. I know we're really excited to see that here as well. So those are some of the things at the top of the list for the month of May.
I love that too. Now, you know what's crazy? Because of last year in the pandemic, and 2020, the movie industry it's just been crazy. So summertime, you think of the big blockbuster films. Is there anything we can expect this summer blockbuster-wise related to film?
Absolutely. So as with normal summers, we see action, adventure, drama, and kids and family content really topping the list of the things people are most looking forward to, with Black Widow out there, another Disney pick. A Quiet Place 2 actually is topping the list across all the drama content that we see here. And then finally, for kids and family, we have Space Jam 2, the follow-up to the original Space Jam, which is highly anticipated by all the audiences out there.
How old is Diesel Labs? Is this a brand new thing?
It's pretty new. We've only been around for a couple years, but we started sort of with this idea that the media landscape out there was changing, and certainly has changed, especially in the last year. We've seen a proliferation of streaming platforms that have come online, and as you guys know, now we have more options than ever before. So we're pretty thrilled to be looking at all of this data on behalf of our partners.
And with your partners and this data, I'm just so confused because it seems like every day there's more announcements of a new streaming service and a new streaming service, and you have to get all of these. Is there buzz around in particularly one, or is there one you really recommend you have to have? And what are audiences thinking about all these options?
I think everyone's sort of in the same boat as you, where it's sort of a question of like, do I have to subscribe to all of them? Is somebody going to come around that's going to put all of these or stitch all of these together for us so that you can only subscribe to one thing? It's tough here at Diesel, of course. We have no favorites. That's how we operate.
Yeah.
That we have to do our jobs properly. So we're very agnostic on in that regard. But I think what's very exciting is that there's no shortage of content. So no matter what your tastes or preferences are, there's something out there for you, which is wonderful.
Did you find anything in the research that was surprising to you?
Actually, yeah. So one of the things we found out was across Netflix fans, Cruella is right now their number one pick for things that are coming out across the Disney portfolio. And we also looked at it from the other direction. And from the Disney fan perspective, the things on Netflix that are topping the list, in fact, is a new piece of content called Jupiter's Legacy. It won't surprise you to know that it's superhero-esque. But that's, we're able to actually look at things from the perspective of, different audience segments, if you will, to see what people care about.
Yeah, are there two different groups and content groups when you're saying, like, because I love television, so I'm into the TV shows. Are there two separate categories when you're going through for the TV show versus the films, and there's different categories?
There are, but the funny thing right now is that we're finding that the edges are kind of coming together on those two groups, especially throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. We've seen more and more theatrical releases are now available to us on our favorite streaming platforms. So we actually have data visualizations here that show us that there is a unique group of people who really favor theatrical releases and a different group of people who favor television. But those two groups are actually moving closer together, especially in the past couple months.
It is interesting because we haven't been able to go to the theater. And I mean, I know some people love the theater experience. A lot of people do. But some people like the idea of seeing a brand new movie coming on their television set.
And I think this is a really interesting, we look at, we study sort of the interactivity between people and media here all the time. And there's this big question out there. Are theaters going to go away? And we don't think they're going to go anywhere at all. We've even seen with HBO Max, for example, they're actually making content available on the platform and in theaters at the same time. And people are opting to see the movies or the films however they most want to.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised in the future if we see some of these big platforms get into the movie theater industry itself and start to provide complete experiences around their films to incentivize folks to actually, get up off the couch and go make that trip to the movie theater.
If people want more information about Diesel Labs, how can they get in touch with you, or how can they find more information?
Well, absolutely. You can check us out on our website, which is diesellabs.com, or you can find me on Twitter. My handle is at @amidha, and I'd be very, very happy to hear from everyone.
Thank you so.
Thank
It
you
is
so
so great
much.
to chat
That's
with you.
wonderful. All right.
Thanks so much for having me, you guys. I really appreciate it.
Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
So
Bye.
interesting.
Yes, it is.
All right, we're going to make some lemonade, some frosty lemonade. Jeremy, we're going to try to match Chick-fil-A's frosty lemonade. See how we do.
Didn't even know they had one.
Yeah.
I
Some
didn't
people
even know.
love it. Let's see it. Let's see
Can you
what we
make their
do.
nuggets too?
No, I can't. No, because I didn't plan for it.